Hi guys, welcome in. Tammy here with Bentley Lane Creations, coming to you with this cute little gingerbread gnome cookie. We call him the cookie gnome, the gingerbread cookie gnome. He is so stinking cute. Now, I know some people aren't gnome lovers, and that's okay. I think they're adorable, and I've really enjoyed painting these. And so I know that some people love them and some people don't love them so much. But I do have a lot of clients that purchase these and sell these at craft fairs and things like that. And I think this one is absolutely adorable. If you missed yesterday, I did the large gingerbread maker gnome, the kitchen with all the kitchen tools. Oh my gosh, so stinking adorable. Now this little guy is a little bit smaller, also a shelf sitter, but a little bit smaller. Now, I did the rim of his hat and the gingerbreads in the Waverly Wax Color Antique. I love that because it looks like a stain, yet it kind of looks like a baked cookie. So I really love that color on this. And then I'm using the Crafters Collection, which is just a Hobby Lobby brand paint in the color red. It's just called red. There's no special name for the red, just red. So that's what I did for the body, and I'm doing the little hearts here and the peppermint candy. And then I am doing his beard. Sorry, having to clear my throat today. His beard and his hat are all going to be done in white. Now you can see that there are stripes on the hat. So I will paint this solid white first. Then I will clear out those stripes with my little Dollar Tree needle tool. You can use anything to do that with. And then I'll come back and I will be painting those stripes another color, every other stripe. Now I'm doing his mustache in the white as well. And I just am using Crafters Collection white, just the Hobby Lobby brand paint in white. I'm really loving their paints, actually. I do buy all the other paints as well, but I'm loving their paints. So I'll probably continue to buy those. Now I did all the snowflakes in the white, and then of course the inside of the peppermint candy. And then these little peppermint candies don't come apart. They're all one piece. They're just engraved. So I did them in white instead of red, which I should have done them in red. And then I used my little tool to clean out those engraves, and then I just painted I painted them over in red and then white on the inside. So I redid them a little bit after I did all this, but so those are just standard white. Now I go over the snowflakes and you'll see I used the Glitterific. I don't know if you've ever used that before, but it gets really thick, but it looks really pretty. Now I don't know in camera if you're going to be able to see it very well, but in person it is so sparkly and so pretty. You don't have to do that, but I just thought it would add a little bit of something to the snowflakes. Now this color here that I use on the nose and the hands are the same color I use on all my gnomies, and that is burlap. The color burlap, and it is by Deco Art. Now you'll see that I'm doing 2 coats of all of each color. I always do 2 coats of paint when I'm painting any of the wood, because the wood does soak up the first layer of the paint, I feel like. Now sometimes I won't. If I want it to look more whitewashed, I'll leave it, or maybe just lightly go here and there over it again. But generally speaking, I do 2 coats of paint every single time. So now you see me bringing these in, and I'm just going to paint those little red swirls there on the little candies. Each one of these gingerbread cookies has little hearts for cheeks, and those will get painted in that same color red. So that's what we're going to do here. These are so fun to do and so very simple. They don't really take that long. You can do a whole thing in less than an hour. Maybe longer if you want to do a lot of embellishments or a lot of freehand painting. Some people love to do that. Some people are really good freehand artists and want to, paint other designs on them. And that's very cool. I'm not one of those people. I'm not really good at that. So I just stick with what I'm good at. Now here I am just using that same thin brush that I used to do the hearts and those little swirls on the candies, and I am painting in their frosting. Now these are engraved on the cookies themselves, so you're just painting inside the lines. It's very, very simple, guys. Not a whole lot that you need to think about or worry about. Anybody can do this. I promise it's not hard. I get messages all the time saying, gosh, I wish I could paint like that, or I would love to do this, but I'm just not a good painter. And trust me, you can do this. It's just like going to one of those classes where they teach you to paint. You look at the painting and you think, oh my gosh, that is so overwhelming. But when you go step by step, it really is very, very simple. So these are the same sort of things. These are actually a lot easier because you don't really have to have any technique, so to speak. So you saw that I put the glitterific on those snowflakes. And then I used my Distress Oxide in the color Flamingo and put that around his little nose. Just a little pink color to add to the nose. And now here I am painting in the every other stripe in that red. Just the same red that I used, just the Crafters Collection red that I used on the body. And I'm just doing every other stripe. And I'm not wanting them, I'm staying within the lines, but I'm not worried if they go outside of the lines so much because I will come in and I will kind of blur the lines, if you will, with the white sponge just to kind of add some embellishment, add some depth to it, make it come out, make it stand out, come alive. That's kind of how I make my pieces come alive. I just do little dots here and there, some edging, things of that sort. So here I'm just using that white again and a thin brush, and I'm just painting on the frosting. And this is the rim of his hat. And then here is the Distress Oxide in the color Ground Espresso. This is my favorite. Vintage Photo works well too. I love Ground Espresso, so that's what I'm using here. And I'm just kind of going around edges, just wherever I think I might want it to look a little bit more, stand out a little bit more, I guess I should say, or I want to say. Now I use the white sponge around the edge of his body. I'm using that around his little boots there. And now I'm just starting to paint on some little dots and lines here and there. Again, wherever I see fit, I just kind of sit back and kind of take a look at it. And you see I used that white sponge around the edge of the hat and then around or across some of the red stripes as well. And then the Distress Oxide around his beard. And now I'm just going to dry fit it. I want to see what it's going to look like. And I decided I'm going to add a little bit of something to his nose and a little bit of something to his body. And this is kind of how I do it. I kind of start putting it together and then I say, oh, I want to add this or that or the other, or it needs this or that. So now I'm starting to glue up. I'm gluing these guys up first because I know this is all one piece and this will glue up as one piece onto the body. So that's just kind of how I operate. I just glue it. I dry fit it first so I know where everything is going. Just do that and you will have no issues. You just want to make sure you know where everything is supposed to go and in what order. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason and sometimes there is. So it's just best if you dry fit it so that you know that, oh yeah, I've got it lined up, or I've got it, this is going here, this is going there. It'll just make it a lot quicker and a lot faster for you. Quicker and faster, same thing. A lot easier, I should say, less stressful. And how stinking cute is this? So those two little round oval circles there with the X's, those just go on the body and they can go anywhere in that region. They just go behind the hands. They hold the hands with the cookies off of the body because of his beard being there. And now, see, here I am. I'm adding some little embellishments to the candy on his hat. And now I'm adding some embellishments on the side of his body. And so that's just kind of how I do it. I'll add some, and then I place things, and then I'll add some more. He is so stinking cute. I just love anything gingerbread. So anything kitchen, anything gingerbread, I'm a huge sucker for. So whether it be a gnome, a Mrs. Santa, a Mr. Santa, a snowman, it would not matter. Anything gingerbread, I love. And I do my kitchen in gingerbread for the Christmas season. So I'm super excited to get this one done and use him. How stinking cute is he, guys? I hope you love it as much as I do. Thanks so much for joining me. Thank you for supporting my page. I hope you'll come back for some more DIY fun. Have a great day.